Have you seen any like crime shows or anything? You know how we kind of do our job? The medical stuff's a little different than the law enforcement stuff. We're just going to swab your cheek, and it's not going to go into the database or anything, but we're going to compare it against stuff that we have. And it will take 2 seconds.
Do I have to do it?
It's February 11th, 2025, and officers from the Fairfax Police Department have just arrived at the home of the Carte family.
They have to talk to you? Is that like a...
No, we just figured this would be a...
cooperative,
No, not at all.
Hey, bud, can I talk to you?
A week earlier, their neighbor was found dead.
She didn't answer, so I pushed the door open, and I seen look like her leg, and then I seen blood, and then I seen her whole, look like pillows or all kinds of stuff over her face. And
they told her there was blood on the back fence, the door. I'm like, oh shit.
You could tell she'd been raped.
And the officers suspect that one of these teenaged boys had something to do with it.
Are you accusing them of murder?
I guess if we can clear things up for them, then...
One of these brothers is a killer, but which one?
So you're saying that his
DNA is at the scene.
No!
And what could have led them to commit such a terrible crime?
There's no way he's the one who her.
Here on the Decoder, with newly released police body cam footage and extensive interviews with the family of the suspect, this is the complete case of Levi Carte. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss this one. Sunday, February 2nd, 2025. The local police department in Fairfax, Ohio, receive a chilling 911 call.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
3919 Germania.
3919, what was the street name?
Germania in Fairfax.
Germania?
Yes. I think my sisters might have been murdered and
You know of anybody
Okay, thank
that
you.
might want to harm her or anything like that?
Absolutely nobody.
When officers arrive on the scene, they find 64-year-old Sheila Tenpenny, who went by Denise, unresponsive in her own bed with the front door open.
Did he cover her up?
I don't know.
The dispatcher said that he found her with a pillow over top of her. I don't know about...
Like peroxide and cleaning chemicals? That's different. A lot of cleaning chemicals.
There's an unidentified watch next to her body. There's also blood on the bed, and a trail of blood leading from the bedroom to the back door and the gate to her yard. Next to her on the bed is a bent kitchen knife and a box cutter, though these don't appear to be the weapons that killed her. Her brother who found her, Daryl, is waiting to be interviewed in the ambulance. He's in deep shock.
Okay.
I just can't believe it.
I know. So again, we're definitely gonna treat this as most priority important as possible right now.
I sent her a message on her phone. I said, I'm outside. And I went up and put the air pump on the truck, and I walked around, and I opened the door. I started to knock on the door like that, and the door opened.
Okay.
She didn't answer, so I pushed the door open.
And he saw something no family member should ever have to see: his sister's dead body. Looking for answers, or at least witnesses, the cops start to canvass the neighborhood.
We're with the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation. We're here about what happened last Sunday down the street, and we're trying to talk to everybody in the area.
They want to get to know more about Denise.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you, if you ever talked to her or you knew her name.
She was very seclusive. I mean, she always took to herself, worked in her little garden alongside her house.
Yep.
So we are very cordial with her. I think just every time we walk by, she's super nice.
Yeah.
Say hi to the kids.
Okay.
Been there a long time, 40 years probably. Yeah, close to it. And her dog just recently died. That's what I was going to ask you about her dog, or if anybody watched her dog for her ever, or not that I know of. No. Now, she kept to herself. She didn't have a boyfriend. I didn't know about her dating or anything. Yeah. She'd been on dates a long time ago, but it's been, sure, just kept to herself, and I just didn't believe something like this happened.
A single woman dedicated to her career as an accountant, Denise's family thought she'd die at her desk. metaphorically speaking. They never expected to find her like this.
Yeah, so I mean, we didn't see anything. And we looked on our ring camera, because we have a ring camera here and in the back. And like, we didn't see like anything that.
Does the camera capture like the street here?
It does, yeah.
None of these neighbors saw or recorded anything that might help the investigation. And her family can't understand how this could have happened. Denise was careful. She wouldn't let just anyone inside her house.
Did she always lock her door?
Even if she knew you were coming, her door would be locked.
She would only have the screen door locked as well, or whatever that's called.
The detectives show them a photo of the watch they found on Denise's bed.
Does that watch look familiar? Not that I know of.
Because she usually, when she wore a regular watch, it was they had the links in it. It wasn't like the links in the band.
It's like a metal. Oh, like the metal chain one? Yes. I know what you mean.
I never saw her wear a watch like that.
The watch must have belonged to the killer.
To me, it sounds like, just from watching like cop shows and stuff over the years. To me, it sounds like a targeted attack. It was somebody that she knew. Not that I would know who it is, but because normally when you see something like that, and I don't know if there was anything stolen or not, but everything it seems like everything was there. You guys found her laptop, her phone, her tablet, and that was said when we were here. Mm-hmm. So those are the types of things that if somebody was robbing, easy to grab, easy to get out. And that's why I think it's somebody she knew.
If her killer was someone known to her, then surely her brother Daryl, who was the closest person in the world to her, would know about it. The day before her death, they went to lunch together. She dropped him at home afterwards, and that was the last time he saw her alive.
She'll send me a message and she'll have lunch. Question mark, want to know if I want to go lunch. And I usually say yes. And I didn't get that today. And if you look, I sent her a message a little after 11. I said, "Are you skipping?"
Yes, I see.
And I didn't get a response, which is a little odd. Then I tried calling her and I didn't get a response. And I thought maybe she forgot her phone. I hope she didn't fall or anything like that. And I need to go to her house and see what's going on. Well, when I seen her car there, I knew she didn't go anywhere because I thought, well, maybe she took off and went shopping without her phone. She's done that before. Mm-hmm. And that's why she's not answering.
But Denise hadn't gone shopping.
I went to knock on it like that. Mm-hmm. I always do that.
The front door?
Yeah, the front door. And as I did it, the door went open.
It just opened?
It just opened. And I'm like, that not good. Hopefully she's like working on something and busy working or whatever. Then when I looked in, I seen her legs on the bed, no movement. She's not saying anything. And when I looked, it looked like somebody had ripped her pajamas open and covered her face up with stuff and smothered her, probably would be my guess. Mm-hmm. You could tell she'd been
The detectives try to get more information about her personal life.
Okay, has she talked to you about any boyfriends?
No.
She does not have a boyfriend?
She doesn't have a boyfriend.
Has she had one recently?
No.
Like when you say no, never? Or
not in a long time, in years.
Okay.
And one reason was you have to understand her type of thinking. They found cyst on her kidney.
Okay.
And she thought she might be polycystic. They didn't say she was, but so she decided she wasn't going to have any children because she didn't want to pass that on to the children.
Okay.
This is the type of person she is. So she wasn't really dating anymore. She quit dating and going out dancing and stuff like that many years ago. And I told her, I said, there's a lot of guys out there who don't want children. I said, but, I wasn't going to argue with her about it.
She doesn't have an ex-husband?
No.
Okay, no children?
No children.
Okay. Hasn't dated in years, you say?
In years, yeah.
Has she complained about anybody?
No.
Denise was living a fairly solitary life, and she had no enemies. The detective's first recourse in a murder case is usually the victim's partner, but Denise was single and had been for years.
Does she drink alcohol?
No. No alcohol, no drugs.
She spent her time gardening and working out at a local gym, keeping herself fit and healthy.
So is there anybody you know that would want to hurt her?
No, absolutely not. She's a decent person, honest.
Stays to herself?
Meanwhile, the medical examiner finds DNA under her fingernails. She fought back, and she scratched her attacker. This means that detectives might be able to identify the killer by scratches on his neck or face. Because Denise was also sexually assaulted, the detectives turn to the sex offender registry. They look for offenders within a half-mile radius of Denise's house, and they find 3. 2 of them have an alibi and don't have any scratches. The third is wanted for failure to report. He's been missing for a while, since before Denise's murder. None of these men are her killer. The whole neighborhood is on edge.
Neighbor Jonathan Boschert and his family have been living in Fairfax for 3 years and say a big reason they moved to the village is because of its safe reputation.
It's jarring, I would say. Very unusual. It's still hard to believe that it happened this close.
Boschert just hopes it's an isolated incident.
Another neighbor has sent her son away, she's so concerned.
So my son went to spend the afternoon with his dad because he had fallen earlier that day. And anyway, just kind of recover and have some time away from the house and stuff and from his brother. And then I noticed kind of the stuff happening around us, and so I was like, let's get him out of here.
Continuing their canvass, the detectives visit this same neighbor on February 11th at 3920 Germania Street, just across from Denise's house.
Hi. Hello. So cool.
How are you?
Good. Sorry, my kids are inside, and I have not spoken to them about what happened.
Okay. Gotcha. Yes, totally understand. We're with Ohio BCI. I don't know if you talked to anybody yet or know who you are. Okay.
How well did you know?
Pretty well. Just like, she would come out whenever she was not working or if it was like the weekend, and really friendly, always saying hi. And she's really close with them. She's really close with everybody over there. So.
This neighbor's name is Becca, and according to her, Denise was close with her sons, Levi and Hunter Carte.
They're only like 13.
Okay.
Both of them are 13. Oh, you got twins.
They're actually going to be 14 next month.
Oh.
And were they home with you that night?
So I don't know when it actually happened. I know that we saw like the trucks or cars or whatever on Sunday. So and actually Sunday morning at like 6 a.m. We had to run to the ER because my son, the cat, I guess, was sleeping on his face, and they startled each other in the dark.
Oh man!
And it scratched him, and so we were worried that it could be bad or infected.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
It wasn't a big deal, but it was just like traumatizing, and I was like, everybody get in the car.
What are their names?
Hunter and Levi.
And
Levi's going by Lewis though right now.
Lewis. And which one?
Lewis.
Lewis. And how is Hunter with Lewis?
Honestly, he's
are they close?
Big protective of him.
Yeah.
They're really close.
Well, you know what would be? We would be more than happy, and it'd probably be a good thing if we just talked to them and see maybe they heard something or saw something, and we might be able to answer some of their questions for them.
Maybe. I just have not told them that.
Well, they obviously know something happened.
And we don't have to tell them specifically.
We're not gonna, that something we both have kids, and we both know.
Okay. So I feel like the M word is scary.
It can be.
We don't even use the M word. We use the H word. So,
Yeah.
So it sounds a little fancier, but still, we're not going to give them any details like that, especially if you don't want us to.
Do they have to talk to you? Is that like a...
No, we just figured this would be a...
cooperative.
No, not at all.
Becca is reluctant, but ultimately, the detectives convince her to let them inside to talk to her sons.
Hi.
Oh. Now you are Hunter.
Do you want to come sit down?
Yeah.
So it's a little less.
A little less weird. It's all right.
I don't really remember what happened.
You were already at the
the night
hospital then.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got there at 6, or we left here at 6:30, and it's like 10 minutes.
I might have
And you don't remember seeing anything when you guys left that early? Right, weren't concerned about that, were you?
No. I mean, I think I don't usually
hear or see anything other than work.
How bad was he hurt? Is he okay?
Okay.
He's okay. I'll have him come out.
Hey, Louis.
Pretty quick.
Hello.
Yeah.
How are you?
Oh, you're coming out now?
What's he editing?
I was editing Dexter. Sometimes I edit.
Yeah.
But
He likes to make videos for TikTok.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
While it's still here, right?
Yeah.
Is that the cat that got you there on the nose?
I don't know. I don't know what
Oh,
happened.
has
We
he?
just
Oh, that,
we
man, that's pretty
we both
good.
startled each other because my bed was right there. I tried to clean myself up, not realizing how bad this was, and I fell in the shower, which is even worse. So I fell and hit my face, and I started crying, and she heard me crying, and then we went to the emergency room because she was like, "This is really bad."
In the emergency room all morning, the Cartes apparently missed all the drama next door.
So you guys have never been in the house?
No.
No.
Strange request. We're asking for DNA from people.
Sure.
It's used for elimination purposes only, so it's not entered into like fancy database or
They've already had like DNA testing for their for like medical for
Yeah, this
Okay.
is just a Q-tip
Yeah, this-
in the mouth real quick.
yeah. So I'm not. They're already in a database somewhere.
Okay. Perfect.
Is that today or is
We
that
can do
another?
that
Yeah, we could do it right now.
But Lewis isn't so keen.
Yeah, I just feel like I've been to enough doctors recently. I don't want to.
So have you seen any like crime shows or anything? You know how we kind of do our job.
A
The
little
medical
bit.
stuff's a little different than the law enforcement stuff. But I don't know if she explained to you, but we're just going to swab your cheek, and it's not going to go into any database or anything. But we're going to compare it against stuff that we have. That makes sense. And it will take 2 seconds. It's just a
Do I have to
inside
do
the
it?
cheek. You don't have to do anything.
Eventually, he agrees, and both he and Hunter submit their DNA. They're both fascinated with the process.
Me and my brother, especially my brother, know a lot. I would say definitely my brother knows a lot about just the police in general.
He wants to go into the Marines when he gets older.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
With a promise to call if they witness anything unusual in the area, the detectives leave the family be. But not for long, because the very next day, the DNA test results come back, and it changes everything.
Do you need to come in? What's going on?
Yeah, that'd be great. We have a couple things to talk about.
Okay.
Hi guys.
We just sat down to eat.
What you guys get?
All right, so we need to talk to essentially each of you, and we're wondering if we can go down to the police department. Just we have a better area to talk.
Do we need to be getting lawyers or something? I'm feeling nervous about this. I don't.
You're welcome to call an attorney.
Also, like, do we have to go? Is this like a right now thing, or is this
We would like you to.
Yes.
It would make, you don't have to do anything, I suppose. But.
Right. Okay. I don't know. I feel uncomfortable. I'm not.
We could. How about we get there? We can explain kind of what's going on, give you some more info. You can always,
Okay. Well, do you want
Have
to
us
explain
explain
what's
some
going
more.
on before we head out there? And
do you mind if we do that outside?
sure.
Sure.
Are we under suspicion for
No,
something? Or
we just want to talk to you. I think you guys could help us clear a lot of things up around here. So,
okay.
all right, let's go.
The Cartes aren't witnesses anymore, but suspects.
We have a warrant. We don't want to do this in front of the neighbors and all that stuff. That's why we were
Well,
hoping.
I really wish somebody would have contacted me, and I was not shown a warrant inside the house. You
No.
told me that you were bringing me down for questioning.
We would like to go back to the.
We were, yeah, we
That
were
is
hoping.
not what you said to me.
We are aware of that, and we are trying to not do it in front of the neighbors here.
Well, you're
So-
already doing it in front of the
Well,
neighbors.
I understand that.
They are already aware, and I don't care what they think, because
Okay.
I know we have done nothing wrong.
The detectives take all 3 family members to the station, and they sit them each down separately for interview. They let them bring their food along.
Yeah, just take yours, and then we'll take your mom's out so she can eat too.
You got enough napkins and everything, or do you need napkins?
No, yeah, I need some napkins.
Okay, I'll grab some for you here in a second.
I don't want food. I want to
Go ahead.
get us
Say it.
our lawyer and have my children stop being questioned without a lawyer present immediately.
Becca's on edge. She's realized that this is more serious than the cops are letting on.
And it's not acceptable, and they're 13 and they're scared, and I know this is a serious matter. We're all feeling awful about the street and scared, but no, they're not, they're little kids. This isn't okay.
But neither Hunter nor Lewis seem that scared.
So, I don't feel pressured doing this.
You don't?
Of course I feel a little pressured, but I don't feel like I have to sign those.
Okay,
I just know it's more suspicion is put on me if I don't answer any questions. So.
Well, yeah, we're here to talk, ask questions, get your story.
Well, I guess it states that I can quit having a conversation with you. I'm not sure what this is like necessarily about.
No, I will explain that.
Okay. Yeah, you said that, and you said that we could help you guys like understand what's going on, or like something like that. So I'm not sure.
Do you know what we're investigating?
I mean, I know something happened down the street.
Across the street?
Or across the street.
Right.
In front of me.
Right. A woman was murdered, right? So we're trying to find out what happened.
They start off with some family background.
So you're moving out of state to California?
Yeah, so the plan is to move to California. I think it's Long Beach.
Long Beach, cool. Is your mom and dad divorced?
Yes.
Okay.
Lewis and Hunter both tell the detectives they spent the afternoon of February 1st with their dad before returning home to watch a movie.
Yeah, so we ate, and then Mom got home, and he left after a minute of talking.
And they don't get along, or what?
No, they get along.
Okay, that's cool.
That's why we have a lot of like communication between me and him and my brother. So after that, he left, and then me and my mom and my brother just kind of hung out for a minute. I don't know.
Is this in the evening now?
Yes,
right.
In the evening.
Right.
And then I think, I don't know, like, kind of the day after that, it's kind of like jingled in my head because it was a lot of waking up really early. But I don't know, I think at like 2:30 maybe.
In the morning?
Yeah, 2:30 in the morning or 2, I'm not sure, in that time area. My cat had randomly woke me up with all the lights off, like sitting on my neck. He started scratching my face, and first he started scratching like my arms, because I was like trying to like get him off of me because I didn't know what was going on. So he like scratched my face. Couldn't really see it. You can't see it anymore, but yeah, he like scratched my face. You can see this here.
These scratches could have been made by a cat's claws or by something else.
Did you ever see the scratches on his face?
Yeah.
Can you describe like kind of what you saw?
So when I woke up in the morning, the scratches I saw on his face, he had 2 scratches right here somewhere, like, or on this cheek or on this cheek, and then he had stitches in his nose, and then he had seems even more suspicious because he had extra like red scratch marks on his face.
Outside the interview room, Becca is getting more and more worked up.
Are you accusing them of murder?
I am not.
Is that why they're being detained? Because they're under suspicion for murder?
They're questioning to find out if they know any additional details.
How would they know anything?
Then the boy's dad shows up.
So there's no.
So now they're not talking
There's
to
no
me
way
at all.
for a legal guardian to go into that room and tell them to not answer any further questions without a lawyer.
That's my understanding.
They're 13 years old.
Because I just
The parents can't do anything to intervene in the kids' interrogations.
And then I just spent like 3 hours maybe, or a long time, trying to like fix myself up. Again, to give more context, fixing myself up, the reason why I didn't like help or ask my mom or my brother or wake them up is because we were literally just about to do photos that day.
Like family photos?
For the house.
Oh, for the house.
Yeah.
I see.
Lewis says he tried to clean himself up in the shower. When he slipped and fell over, his crying woke up his mom, who drove him to the hospital. The pair are seen on hospital CCTV at around 7 a.m. that morning. Becca holds Lewis's arm as he struggles to walk. Then she finds him a wheelchair. His apparent fall in the shower clearly impacted his mobility, or so his mom believes. They wait only about 15 minutes to be seen. In a private treatment room, Lewis is cleaned up and given stitches in the cut on his nose. By 7:28 a.m., they're on their way home again.
And then we get in, and like 15 minutes later, Mom starts seeing a bunch of sirens outside, and she opens the window and she's like, "Oh my God, something happened to Denise." And me, already in a panicked, weird state, because I am having to, be like, Marshmallow did this, and he's right in front of me, and still crying because I feel like I ruined, doing photos so we could get out of here, get out of the state, go to California. So I kept on crying. And then I kind of started feeling emotionally triggered, and when she said there was a bunch of ambulances outside, I started to freak out even more. So, I kind of felt like really sick to my stomach, and I felt really gross to have to think about, if something had happened to somebody right next to me, or the house right in front of me, and it made me feel really sad, and I started crying even worse.
He went to stay with his dad after that to get away from all the chaos on the street, but Hunter's not so sure.
I don't think my brother would be able to do anything like that. But because that day he got scratches on his face, because of that day he had to go to the hospital, and then he decided to go to Dad's house, so then he wasn't in the neighborhood. It all seems like a very wide coincidence, because of course his cat was his face was scratched by a cat.
Do you remember that night, if you remember your brother getting up and going to the bathroom or going outside at all?
No, I was asleep the entire time.
Let me ask you this: on that day you cut your nose on that Sunday morning, were you ever out when you got hurt? Were you ever outside? Did you ever walk outside?
Mm-hmm.
Never were outside.
I was outside when we went to get in the car.
No, I'm talking when you cut your nose. Were you ever out? I mean, like if a camera picked you up, that wouldn't have been you if you were outside.
No, I wasn't outside.
Not one time?
Nope.
Well, I imagined, what if Lewis made up the story of the cat scratching his face, and then what actually happened was he snuck out at night and did that horrible thing. But that was just I didn't actually believe that that's something you could do. After I imagined that, I was like, no.
The family might not be able to believe it, but they can't fight the evidence.
They also want to know if you guys have ever seen this watch. Does this look familiar to you guys?
Yeah, that's Lewis's watch.
Lewis's watch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
You recognize that?
That's Lewis's phone. That's Lewis's watch.
Lewis's watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Special Agent Ward with Beast Bureau Criminal Investigation. You see two of my colleagues here, my other colleague.
And we've been asked by the city of the village of Fairfax to investigate this case of Denise Tenpenny's murder. Okay. Now there's some certain things we're going to tell you that we have that are bad. Okay. All right. That watch that we showed you was under her body.
What?
What? Yes.
No.
The evidence connects Lewis to the scene of Denise's murder.
So you're saying that his what are you saying about the swabs?
Whose DNA is at the scene?
No. No.
Do you think sometimes people do something that they regret out of character for themselves? They do something, they get kind of scared, and they don't want to talk or tell anybody about it?
I think sometimes.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Like if you're cheating on somebody like that, you're gonna regret that, right?
Yeah. So do you think somebody can do something and get nervous and maybe do something they weren't intending to do and things get out of hand and something bad happen? Do you think that could happen?
I mean, I think everybody, is human, so.
Right, exactly.
I think that could happen.
You think that could happen? Okay. So you said you've never been in Denise's house, never been, okay. Do you know what DNA is? You ever heard of it?
I've heard of it.
Okay. So we're trying to figure out, and I want you to help me explain this, okay, why your blood would be in Denise's house. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Well, I'm not sure, because, I don't know, how is it my blood?
That's what we're trying to find out.
Because I don't know why it would be in my house. I mean, in her house.
I don't think you're telling me all the truth.
What? But I'm not lying.
Well, I think you're about how you got hurt.
What?
I think you're lying about how you got hurt. That's my opinion.
But why would I do that?
Building on their rapport with him, the detectives try to present a confession as a way out.
So, if you were, and things got out of hand and you had to defend yourself, well, you were attacked. Hence the scratches and the nose and the scratches on the arms. Obviously you were attacked in some way. That would make sense to me.
My brother's loves true crime or something. Very investigative.
Right, that's cool.
He tried to search up the audio. I didn't hear it, or I guess they said that there was a 911 call, I guess.
Yeah.
And mom had said that maybe she had been raped, or that somebody said that it looked like she was raped. Which, in my mind, that doesn't sound like self-defense if it was.
I don't believe there was a rape.
Oh, you don't?
I don't, no.
I kind of thought it was, if I'm being honest, but...
But I guess my question to you is, could you have defended yourself? I mean, is that...
Like I said before, anything's possible.
I understand that, but now we're talking in vague terms, So I need specifics.
I don't know, I doubt that that's a possibility, that I would be defending myself, because I wouldn't be in that house in the first place.
His line of defense is almost too well-reasoned.
There's no way, even if he did kill her, there's no way he's the one who killed her.
Okay.
He's not that type of person.
Okay.
Basically, my father was really, really abusive. Not like... But really mentally abusive and very, very, very physically abusive to my mom. They are divorced now, and we are trying to get past it. But he went through a lot of trauma as a kid too, and Lewis has talked to me, and Lewis knows a lot about all the different things, like it's a wide range of things. I don't know what to call it, but like our dad's basically a narcissist, but he's working on it. Basically, we all have, or at least Lewis and Dad have. Personally, I think mostly Dad. Lewis is just the one who always says that. He's always saying that he's this thing when he hasn't been diagnosed with anything like it. Like saying he's probably slightly manipulative, stuff like that. Just because his trauma has made him feel this type of way. You know, he said he feels like hurting people sometimes. Like he feels empty and he feels violent. He's never acted on any of that. I love my brother. I don't know how I feel about him if he ended up being that type of person. And I know it seems I'm definitely for sure incriminating him by telling you guys all these things.
For Hunter, this is the horrible realization that his brother's not the person he thought he was. And it's the same for Lewis's parents.
I'm really sorry for being rude earlier. I really thought...
You were a mom.
I would not have been able to handle this 4 years ago.
I'm sorry, I was just quiet. I didn't know what to say in the time. And
no, you don't need to apologize.
No, you are a mom.
This isn't what I thought was happening.
And every single one of us would have done the same thing.
Meanwhile, Lewis continues to deny it.
I don't know, I just mean I don't see how I would do that, and I don't see why I would do that. That's all I mean.
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. Why you would do it.
That's the question. They know he killed Denise. The DNA doesn't lie, nor do the scratches on his face. But what would drive this 13-year-old kid to commit murder? Without a confession, the detectives conclude the interview. But what they find among his property when they carry out a search warrant is almost as telling. In October 2024, he was having conversations with an unknown user on TikTok about the Creep Tapes, a found footage horror series. Benign enough on its own, but he tells the user, "I have a large lack of empathy because of my childhood." This reflects what Hunter told the detectives in his interview.
I just want to let you guys know that I have no faith that my brother would be able to do something like that. I don't know if you guys know. I don't know if this is like spreading too much information, but our family have gone through some very, very, very traumatic things. Also, you know, knowing that, I also know that having a very traumatic childhood could make somebody be able to do something like that.
He said to his friend on TikTok that he started to research personality disorders after he learned a common symptom was hurting animals, which he says he's done before consistently. A few weeks later, he writes, "I've killed animals before on my own with a knife." On January 24th, just a week before the murder, he searched causes of being sadistic. 2 days later, he looked up knife fighting classes. And on the day of the killing, at 5:30 a.m., he searched Fairfax Police Department. But maybe most telling of all is his search 6 days later. What was Ted Bundy diagnosis? In his camera roll, they find screenshots of articles about serial killer methodology and images of fictional serial killers like Patrick Bateman, Dexter Morgan, and Anton Chigurh. They also find photos of Levi with his hand around his throat.
My brother posts a lot of edits of just like fictional characters, and I know it may seem suspicious. I don't know. Like, I don't know why. I don't know. I could just post edits of Dexter, the house that Jack built, all the wide range of media that's serial killers.
On February 11th, he sent a message to an anonymous user. "I'm probably going to get caught." He deleted it shortly afterward, and his own journal evidences a disturbed mind. In it, he wrote, "I will kill you," and "killer," because that's what he wanted to be. In the early hours of that fateful Sunday morning, Levi crept into Denise's home with just one thing on his mind. Perhaps she let him in herself, recognizing him as a neighbor and never expecting she'd be in such danger from a 13-year-old kid. But then he attacked her, hitting her to cause blunt force trauma before raping her and suffocating her. He tried to clean up the scene using household chemicals, but he left his DNA behind. And then he went home and cried to his mother about it. All the evidence adds up to one conclusion: that, inspired by fictional killers like Patrick Bateman and real killers like Ted Bundy alike, he wanted to make a violent name for himself, and he had anonymous partners online egging him on.
The teenager accused of killing a 64-year-old Fairfax woman in February has pleaded guilty to several charges, including aggravated murder.
I do feel sorry for you. Sorry that you had a family that did not teach you right from wrong.
My sister didn't have children of her own, but she was like a second mother to her nieces and nephews. They adored her, and now they're growing up without her laughter, her guidance, her love. You didn't just take one life, you destroyed an entire family.
At his sentencing, Denise's family have their say. Levi will remain incarcerated at the Department of Youth Services until he turns 21 years old, which is the oldest he can be held as a juvenile. After that, his fate is up in the air. In the meantime, he's been mandated to finish school, attend victim awareness classes, and undergo cognitive behavioral therapy. Whether this will make a difference to his psyche remains to be seen. Will he grow out of it, or will he reach 21, an adult killer? What do you think about the full edition of this disturbing story? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe, keep up with our channel, and we will see you very soon on The Decoder.